Hey YouTube, this is AR-15 guy. I'm going to do a quick review on the XDM40. I've been saying I was going to get to it and get to it and get to it. Still haven't had a chance to get out to the range. I've got a lot going on over the next few weeks. Probably not sure when I'm going to make it out, so I'm just going to go over a few things, a couple of things that I enjoy about the XDM40, and a couple of things that I have found difficult with it. First thing that I do enjoy about it, that was one of the main deciding factors when I decided to go ahead and purchase this firearm, is I do like the 16 round magazines. 16 plus 1 in the chamber, 17, pretty decent, considering that a lot of guns are 10-12 rounds. This size of gun, I think there are a couple out there that have at least 16. But that was one of the draws for me. I went from the XD, which had I believe you could get a 10 or a 12 round magazine, came with two 10 rounders, and then you could get 12 rounders. So I kind of liked that it came with two 16 round magazines in the box with it. The other thing that I do like about it is the adjustable backstrap. The adjustable backstrap, I haven't had to adjust it, but I like the option of being able to. I tend to have kind of small, chunky hands, so being able to adjust that and replace it is nice. And it's, from what I understand, it's pretty simple. If you have a punch, you can just get the smallest punch and pop that out, and then it just slides down. The other thing that I enjoy about it, safety check there for you guys. The other thing I enjoy about it is just the feel of the gun. If I hold on to it the way I should be holding on to it, you can see that with the loaded chamber indicator here, that it just follows the line of my arm very well. It feels very natural, feels very comfortable in my hand. I've used it for IPSC shooting. Never had any issues as far as comfort or anything like that. The other thing I do like is the ambidextrous mag release on both sides. With my hands being kind of chunky, getting to this one can be sometimes difficult. So having the ability to just bring back my trigger finger, hit that, drop the mag, put a new one in, I like that feature a lot as well. One thing that I have noticed that I didn't really know that I didn't like until I got my 1911 is the sights. They are a 3-dot sight, but the white is not very bright. I don't know if you can see it or not. You probably can't even see the white, but it's not very bright. So if you're shooting where it's shaded or where it might get dark, it is very difficult to see the sights. Makes it very difficult to acquire your target, acquire your sight picture. So that's something I'll definitely be looking into to see if I can brighten those up a little bit. The other thing I like about it is the easy takedown. It's very simple. Lock it in place, flip the lever up, drop it, pull the trigger, and it just comes right out. And you've got your frame and your slide. The barrel comes out easily. Pop the guide rod. The guide rod, if any of you have the XD, you can see that the guide rod is quite a bit thicker than what's in the XD, and it's a solid one-piece guide rod, and I like that as well. Then the barrel easily comes out. Only thing I've had issues with this seems to be a match grade barrel, seems to be a great barrel, is the chamber. I cannot seem to shoot reloads out of this very well. Most of your shell casings, or a large percentage of them, are shot out of Glocks, whether it's police or it's just a very common 40 caliber gun. And they're an unsupported chamber, so they just create this little Glock belly. Well, when I reload, if that's been shot out of a Glock, it will not fully seat in there. and that has caused me issues with it jamming in matches and stuff. So it shoots factory just fine. It's only when I've reloaded that I've run into that problem. So with that Glock being an unsecured chamber, it just leaves a little bit of a belly, and it doesn't allow me to seat the round fully. But putting it back together is as simple as taking it down. Just snaps all in together like so. Slide it on the rail, pull it back, lock it, drop that, drop that. The other thing I like about it, it does with the loaded chamber indicator, I can just rub my finger over it. It'll tell me if there's a round in the chamber, as well as the cocked indicator. Obviously, if there's one in the chamber, it's gonna show cocked. The XDS does not have that, so that's not doesn't seem to be a big deal in it. One thing that I do notice is this trigger is not as good as I'd like. There's a lot of take up. You can watch my finger there. I take it up. There it goes. And then the reset is horrible, to be honest. I mean, you can see my finger there, it finally resets. So the reset on this is not very good. So I may end up going ahead and having a trigger job done on it, just because I really enjoy my 1911, the trigger in my 1911. And this one is a far cry from where that's at. The reset on the 1911 is almost nil. So I'll probably go ahead and at some point have a trigger job done on it. But there's a quick overview, quick takedown of the XDM40. Like I said, I've shot matches with it. I've probably got anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through it, and it shoots well. I do shoot better with my 1911, but I think that's kind of a common thing. With a lot of people tend to shoot naturally better with a 1911, probably due to the trigger. I'm not going to say all people, but I think I think that's one of the reasons that you see 1911s in IPSC and USPSA and things like that, is because they're just a more natural fit on when it comes to that. So anyway, that's my quick review of the XDM40. Like I said, it's a great gun. I've had it for about 2 years now. Got about 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through it. It does have the rail for adding a light or laser. Overall, it's a great gun. I think as far as polymers go, it's a much better choice than a Glock. But that's my opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of Glock people out there that'll say differently. So anyway, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.